Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 100 Wonders of the World. Today, we'll be talking about Khajuraho. It's in India, and it's part of the continent Asia. Khajuraho. When entering the temple complex of Khajuraho, visitors should try to shed the restraints of Western morality and culture. Khahuraho offers the experience of immersion in the strange and fascinating world of Hinduism. In 1839, British officer T.S. Firth came upon the sculpture decorated temple complex of Khajuraho, reporting back with great exuberance that he had discovered that was probably the most beautiful area of temples in all of India. However, what he wrote next about the subject matter of all the beauty betrays his own Victorian morality. Some of these sculptures were exceedingly improper and provocative. They include the depiction of the most shameful and indecent acts, profaning this Hindu religious site. The temples of Khajuraho are the stylistic signature of a rather unique school of architecture, one propagated by the Chandala kings between 950 and 1150, the time in which Khajuraho was built. There were originally 85 large and small temples here. Today, only 25 remain. Each temple was designed as the embodiment of the human form. The foundation represented legs. The small spires, called shikara, are laid out on an east-west axis in order from lowest to highest, representing the head. A disc holding a kalash, a pot full of nectar, crowns each spire, symbolizing immortality. The main shikara is situated directly over the inner sanctum, the residence of the Hindu god to whom the temple is dedicated. The majority of the temples were dedicated to the three main Hindu gods, Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. Others are dedicated to their many incarnations, embellished by the sculptor's imaginative powers. Khajuraho even has a few temples dedicated to the pantheon of another Indian religious, that of the Jains. The graphic depictions of sexual acts unsettled the highly Victorian Captain Bird to his very core. In an explosion of creativity, the sculptures employed by the Chandala kings produced a unique interpretation of evanescent life, one that was opulent, sensual, and in part involved a riot of passionate interaction between the sacred and the profane worlds. In the context of Hindu mythology, of which we can be certain the Honorable T.S. Bird had no knowledge whatsoever, these depictions of erotic acts are easily interpreted. According to Hindu belief, the act of love was not merely the uniting of man and woman, but of the male and female principles, abstract and eternal. Therefore, sexual intercourse symbolizes the creative act of all-powerful deities that brought forth the entire universe. This melding of many into one universal entity is emphasized by the absolute equality accorded to the male and female figures throughout the complex. The stylization and the varieties of sexual congress depicted give a spiritual weight to the act of love, portrayed with self-awareness that negates any implication of vulgarity. It is still not clear why the Chandala kings built the Khajuraho temples, which rank among the most magnificent architectural and artistic achievements of the Hindu world, where life is elevated from the realm of the base and vulgar to be understood instead as an aspect of the divine absolute. The largest temple of Khajuraho is Kandariya-Mahadewa, dedicated to the god Shiva. Its central spire is nearly 100 feet tall. Over 800 figures carved from Kaimur sandstone decorated its walls, and granite rosettes adorn its ceilings. Its impressive gateway, carved out of a single block of sandstone, consists of four elaborately sculpted arcs rested on the heads of mythological crocodiles. As with all the Khajuraho temples, the erotic reliefs are concentrated on the exterior, on the sides of the building, never inside, never in the inner sanctum, and never on the exterior near the main entrance. In fact, in Khajuraho as a whole, only about 10% all of the relief sculptures fall into the erotic category. that so shocked the early Victorians who discovered them. Thank you for listening, everyone. Stay tuned for more of the wonders of the world. Thank you.